church, church, church. Been in the game a decade, not one successful remake. Becoming the old head, rugged rapper with supreme aim. Made roads nobody knows about, famous, you know the street names. No PR to play my album when it drops. I got respect as my campaign. Bar for bar, you throw some shots, no police still gon' get detained. We ain't standing on the level near each other, that shit fake. I just treat them like they kids cause they imagination crank. Merit badges on they jacket trying to claim they high and rank. My goons gon' get a wrench and bust your head. We still running the block today. We out here acting too ratchet and clank. Them HBs hop out GMCs and hit you with the tools like Harbor Freight. I put you in a stolen truck and roll that bitch into the lake. True crime, that shit, bitches. My lawyer said I had to tell you I'm just kidding, cause court got me doing way too much spinning. Just know I'm done with all y'all shit for real. You better feel me catalog after this long, worth about 100 million. Sick of being sick and tired, now I might fuck around and kill you. Remember, I'm just writing entertainment scripture for some other people. What? Scared of me ought to be audio. Honestly, when I say the opinions, everyone calling me. Don't give a fuck if a blue chick follows me. Bitch, I'm ballin' and you can come swallow me. They call me Nazi, I say that you're not a B. Need to beat one if he go get it, not from me. Solid commodity, hip-hop anomaly. Up to the church and the Holy Ghost following. The super duty, not my fault. Hip-hop is now a shit game. Shit been different since Wayne made a soundbite out of lit flames. Ain't no real artist out fishing for the quick claim. Fuck a red carpet, tell them roll me out a brick lane. Coming through like Mad Max, got 9 lives on a bad cat. Murders paint the game matte black. I'm a road warrior, don't need maps. It's that trailblaze music, redneck hell, race music. Blue collar popping, trunk thumping in a champagne Buick. No Slim Shady, too much barbecue. Plus everybody know I got the juice like Tom Brady. I'm touching down, patriotic partner chilling in the booth. Paid homage to who needed, and I'm collecting debt from dudes. Gimme. Don't call me asking who, I only talk to people living around my crew. Hey, mother. Fuck it, I ain't worried about the police when I'm cruising. Hellcat ain't no thing, my dusted boots gon' lose them. Driving skill be something, action movie stupid. So many lanes, Bo and Luke couldn't even do it. Hey, fuck it, I ain't worried about the police when I'm cruising. Hellcat ain't no thing, my dusted boots gon' lose them. Driving skill be something, action movie stupid. So many lanes, Bo and Luke couldn't even do it. Kalani on the beat, mother.
Of the bay landfall, which takes surge out of the bay. And so now we're looking at the potential for tornado damage, we're looking at wind damage, and then rainfall flooding to the north of the eye. To the south of the eye is where we're mainly going to see that 10 to 15 foot storm surge. So Sarasota all the way down to Venice. I'm worried about Port Charlotte, worried about Mount Lachey, those areas.
Now these tornadoes, I mean, they can pop up anywhere. We started seeing them even almost and deep into Highlands County, and then they kind of moved our way. We've seen some in Polk County.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to keep track of all of these. Are we concerned that that might actually move into the northern parts of like Hillsborough and Pasco and those areas?
It could rotate around. We typically see areas, certain bands tend to be a little bit more tornadic because of the way that they're moving across the land and interacting with the friction there. And so we could start to see that. But for right now, it does look like it's a little bit more inland, Polk County, Highlands County, Hardy, DeSoto.
But Jeff, we all have to be ready for tornadoes. And like I said before, these are strong. These are not your grandmother's tornadoes. And I say that because
these aren't water spouts.
We get a lot of tornadoes and hurricanes here, and I've never seen circulations as strong as this. These are probably EF2 tornadoes, so these are you have to take seriously. The tornadoes we usually get in hurricanes, you wouldn't even know they were there because you already have the hurricane wind, right? These are going to be stronger than that.
So, Jeff, you were talking right when you came on about how this is behaving as expected.
That's right.
But this is a path we don't see typically come straight across
That's right.
the Gulf.
Sure.
And you've got a trough up that's pushing it down. I'm not the meteorologist.
Yes, it's a jet stream that's diving south. It's doing some interesting stuff right now. You probably noticed that the north end of the storm now has all the thunderstorms. The southern doesn't. We talked about that. It's going through an extratropical transition, which means that it's going to take longer for it to weaken. It'll weaken to, it's already a borderline Cat 3, Cat 4 right now. It'll be a Cat 3 at landfall, just like we expected. But because now the energy from the jet stream is entering the picture, the tornadoes are stronger because the jet stream's adding that extra wind aloft. And it also is imparting energy to the storm so that it doesn't weaken as much as it moves across. So usually a storm during the middle of the summer that hits Sarasota County, by the time it gets to, Polk County, the winds would be much weaker. It's going to take longer for these winds to weaken because the jet stream has entered the picture.
And it's going to be a long process. We're in it. I mean, we talk about the eye, but I mean, basically, I mean, Milton has arrived for the most part.
Yep.
The outer bands, they're here.
Yeah, I was just checking, and we've already got sustained winds above 45 miles per hour in St. Pete, so I'd imagine the Skyway's closed and the other bridges are right behind
close,
that.
yeah. All right.
So where a surge may not be the biggest concern in Tampa Bay, we are still going to see all those other effects. Like you said, the rain piling up, the high winds.
That's right.
All the things that, don't take your foot off the pedal if you're...
Yeah, I mean, I think, we often talk about surge so often, but over the past 10 years, inland flooding has surpassed surge for fatalities, because I think we've focused so much on communication of surge, but we saw what happened in North Carolina with Helene. Flooding is becoming a bigger problem lately. Storms have more water than they used to, and they're defying logic in the amount of rain that they're producing. So don't poo-poo, I'm just going to get heavy rain. It could be really heavy rain. It could end up in your home.
Yeah, a lot to take in here. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have you guys come back, but we also have crews stationed elsewhere we want to touch base with. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Back here with you live on stream, folks. JB here with you as we look at the latest with Hurricane Milton. We want to see Wobble Tracker. That's obviously really extremely important at this hour. The latest scans are in, and everything is lining up with this turn northeast that we have been monitoring over the last, I would say, 45 minutes or so. The real-time Wobble Tracker is streaming on WFLA.com/Wobble Tracker. You can find it there. And so as far as the latest with this storm, we are expecting a landfall tonight instead of in the midnight hours. And what I'd like to do as well is introduce everybody to, I don't think Justin has been on Tracking the Tropics before. I think that this is going to be a bit of an introduction to our audience. Folks, Justin Mosley, the chief meteorologist at WSNN in Sarasota.
Yes.
Justin,
good to be here.
It's good to have you here. Let's explain first and foremost why the chief meteorologist at WSNN in Sarasota is here in Tampa and not in Sarasota. First and foremost, we are sister stations, right? WFLA and WSNN.
Correct.
And you're up here with us, and perhaps you can explain to our audience a little bit as to why, because Sarasota is right in the thick of this in the coming hours.
Yes, it is. And I'm here because our station is, I should say WFLA is now being simulcast on WSNN TV. And I'm here to help out the team here. We're all one big Max Defender weather team. And the conditions aren't going to be so great in Sarasota County, Manatee County. Much of the entire Bay Area is going to have to contend with this storm. Again, the model data has been pretty consistent with honing in on Sarasota, Manatee as of late. Again, it's still just a little too close to call to really rule out landfall somewhere around the Tampa Bay area. And as we look at the radar here, you can see the squalls are already passing across the area. There's the center of the eye. That's the core of the hurricane still positioned off of our coast. So I know it's rough conditions out there right now, but things will continue to kind of go downhill for the remainder of the afternoon and into tonight, JV.
So speed is something that we've been talking a lot about, Justin, because if it picks up speed and goes faster, it's less impacts and less time over the peninsula. But also, too, if it does pick up speed, that means that it's hitting us at a higher strength. So we're trying to break down the relationship between speed and impacts. What would be your take on it?
Well, the forward speed is critical when it comes to the amount of rainfall that we'll see across the west coast of the state and throughout much of the Florida Peninsula, where these far-reaching effects it's not just going to be the Tampa Bay area, the Sun Coast. This is going to stretch across Central Florida and impact the East Coast as well. But again, the forward speed, the quicker it moves, it does help to cut down or reduce the amount of rainfall totals that we will see, which will help out with our flooding situation. Now, the latest model data does have most of the heaviest rain taking place from the bay and northward, and we're thinking on the order of 5 to 10 inches. Of course, we will have some isolated spots that will be have greater totals than that. And a big concern actively right now, and all of our meteorologists here at the station have been tracking these active tornado warnings, not only in our area, but across much of the Florida Peninsula. Those outer rain bands are starting to kind of really move in and cause a lot of issues there.
Let's go around the area. What I'd like to do now is show everybody live cameras from around Tampa Bay, from really up and down Florida's Gulf Coast. Okay, we're starting here with Pier 22, Manatee River in Bradenton.
Yes, very familiar with this. This is our Skycam there from our WSNN station in Sarasota. And this is looking to the west down the Manatee River at Pier 22. And you can see cloudy skies. This is a great camera to really illustrate the storm surge. I use this many times during our coverage with Helene and also Debbie, but we can see that the winds are already starting to pick up over the Manatee River right now. And again, if you have any reports there, you can send it to report it via WFLA.com as we kind of watch the real-time wobble tracker, that familiar graphic that we keep a very close eye on the center and what it is doing at this hour.
All right, so next up in the queue, let's see here, we have Key West. Yeah, the southernmost point. And while Key West is not getting a direct impact, this is what happens when you make the Gulf angry.
Yes, indeed. It's churned up, and it's a part of the storm surge that we mentioned be at this hour, and things will only get worse from here.
All right, let's go to Naples Pier. And oh my goodness, there's people out there taking photos and videos, but you're looking here live at Hurricane Milton, no doubt.
That's the influence there. And again, the surge is still yet to come. And we also look for the highest values during the period of high tide. We'll have to look at the wind direction, if it's on shore during the period of high tide, which would work to kind of exacerbate things there. But yeah, there's Collier County, live view in Naples. I remember watching this same camera during Ian, and that pier was nearly underwater. Right now, again, folks should not be out on the beach. We certainly don't recommend that. But just cloudy skies, an angry Gulf of Mexico. But again, things will get worse from here.
All right, and moving on here, last up, I believe that we have, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. This wasn't an option for you to drive here, Justin. You couldn't drive over this bridge. How did you get here?
I took 75, and boy, what a tumultuous drive it was. These downpours and tropical squalls are going to become a lot more frequent, and they are pretty much steady right now in our southern communities, Manatee and Sarasota County here in the Tampa Bay area. And again, weather will continue to deteriorate, really, from here through landfall and even thereafter for our viewers in Polk County and listeners there.
All right, let's come back now to WFLA.com/report it. What we're going to do, Justin and myself, we're going to break down some of the photos and videos that are coming in from you watching from around the Florida Peninsula. We want to, again, caution, if you're going to use WFLA.com/report it, please do so safely and responsibly. There's no video or photo that is worth compromising your safety. Just please be safe out there. You can show us what's going on in your area, but do so from a safe location. We will not be showing any driving videos. We won't be showing any videos or any photos that show somebody taking it from a situation that compromises their safety. So just please use the tool safely and responsibly. But let's get to that tool now and show what we have coming in. This was earlier from Jennifer in Northport. We're going to move on here. Next up in the queue is Gina from Southgate. This is a picture of her backyard, and it shows significant flooding in her backyard. It might not look significant, but when it's your backyard, Justin, you hate to see it.
You do, and this is just a sign of things to come. What we would call that kind of ponding of the water is what you see there, and hopefully that lanai does survive. Southgate area there, and I believe is in Polk County. Again, inland areas will have to contend with these strong winds as well. Hurricane warnings up for the entire Tampa Bay area within our market here, which extends well inland to Polk, Highlands County, and over into the Orlando metro area. Hurricane warning is up, and this extends into the east coast of the state. So this is a large storm. It began as a tight, compact system, but again, everything is going up according to plan. The wind field is expanding. The system is becoming a lot larger, and certainly weather conditions going downhill. Another picture we got, or video, I should say, from
Jamie in Northport showing us some flooding on her street. Clearly, this is between bands because it doesn't look like it's raining there, but it shows her street covered in water. Jamie, thank you for sending in the video. Again, you can scan the QR code. You can send in your photos and videos to report it. Wow, that came through pretty loud. This is, let's see here, Skyanne, flooding in southeast Cape Coral by City Hall at 1:15, Justin.
Yeah, 1:15 in the afternoon, and we've got hours to go before landfall. And as I mentioned, it's not going to just end at the point of landfall. We still have a backside of the storm, although looking at the satellite and radar, it does look a little bit better. From a standpoint of rain, the drier air is really doing a job on this particular storm. And just checking on the latest advisory on the numbers here. Top winds were at 130.
Why don't we just go full screen to Wobble Tracker really quickly and just kind of show the movement of the storm?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, right on that line, making that wobbling turn northeast. And Justin, this does not bode well for your area of Sarasota.
It doesn't. They're gonna. It appears to take. It's going to take the brunt of the storm, which we are concerned about the